sunshine and piers. He was dating her while he was dating me. Now that big loser is history.
Everybody loves a good girl gone bad, but today's story is entirely different than the other secret society and deep dive videos. There's no section about going wild or having a downfall because today's subject stuck completely true to herself, never once deviating from her goalpost. Bridget Mendler would not only escape the very channel that built her career, but she would expose the Disney Channel machine on her way out, and just how she was pushed to and create an entirely new edgy image. And you'll see, Bridget Mendler was really the mastermind because while all her peers were breaking music records worldwide, she had her sets on changing the world. Like, actually. And finally, I'm gonna detail the explosive love triangle between Shane Harper, Samantha Boscarino, and Bridget Mendler, and just how fans are speculating how their Good Luck Charlie storyline played out in real life. But before I get into the twisting and winding story of Bridget Mendler, let's turn down the lights, light a candle, and turn on The Touch of My Hand by Britney Spears, because I've never seen anything like this. Bellesa just dropped the first ever collection of silent toys, and they call it Whisper Tech. Now, somehow these toys hit every spot, full power, but most importantly, they do it in complete silence. The Whisper collection is gorgeous, soft, powerful, and completely quiet. You can use them without waking up the entire house, or even the person next to you. The new collection consists of the Whisper Bullet, which is super tiny, has 5 speeds, insane power, and 0 sound. The Whisper Rabbit, which is dual stimulation, both parts adjustable, and still silent. The Whisper Vibe, which is the quietest G-spot simulator ever, with 6 different adjustable speeds. And even the Whisper Wand. Think deep rumbly vibes, but turned up a notch. And still so quiet. They feel so luxurious, unreal, and soft, you kind of have to feel them to believe it. And the fact that technology has advanced enough that we can have such little sounds coming out of something that's moving is really impressive. Now, y'all know me, I don't like to gatekeep, so I'm gonna be doing a giveaway with Bellesa, so literally everyone wins. Sign up and you'll get a free Whisper Vibe or their Viral Rose suction toy with any order from the Whisper collection. The question is though, the toy stays silent, but will you? Let's start with her beginning because Bridget had a strong foundation with her family. They valued education, social value, and making a difference before anything else. While yes, they discouraged her dreams of stepping on the stage and on the screen, Bridget's family never lost sight of guiding their daughter to be the best person she could be. Now, I'm not trying to directly trash anyone here, but the Disney Channel mom archetype is an interesting study to say the least. Traditional stage moms that bring their kids to Disney auditions often possess questionable motives, whether they just want their kid to be a star or are living vicariously through their child. Take Jeanette McCurdy's mom, for example, forcing a disorder on her own daughter and making her work. This was much more common than child actors let on. But Bridget's family wasn't only concerned with how big of a star she could be, they wanted their daughter to be a good person. While yes, if you ask the Disney Channel moms directly if they want their kids to be a good person, they would probably all say yes. But if you really start evaluating their moral judgment, the waters just get too murky for a child-parent relationship. A parent's job is to raise the best person they know how to, but Hollywood doesn't necessarily reward good behavior. Nonetheless, in 2004, Bridget Mendler would start voice acting in small movies and video games. However, in 2006 through 7, Bridget would make her small screen and big screen debut in live action TV and movies. Her first TV appearance being General Hospital and her first movie being Alice Upside Down, starring alongside Disney Channel alumni Allison Stoner and Lucas Grabeel. Now, this movie was cute, but wasn't even a Disney project, even though it had some of their biggest stars at the time. Bridget even provided backing vocals in the song Free Spirit for the movie's soundtrack. Disney would first take notice of Bridget Mendler when she auditioned for the show titled Sketchpad that later transformed into Demi Lovato's breakout role in Sunny with a Chance. So yeah, Bridget was supposed to be in Sunny with a Chance, but she didn't get in. Nonetheless, that rejection didn't get Bridget down. She knew that her time would eventually come and kept ferociously auditioning, landing the straight-to-DVD cult classic movie The Click in 2008. However, in 2008, Bridget landed her first movie that would be shown in theaters as well, making her big screen debut in Labor Pains, alongside the iconic Lindsay Lohan. Now, I had no idea she landed such a huge role before Good Luck Charlie. I always just assumed that was her big break. Sadly, this movie would be delayed and pushed to a TV release on ABC Family the next year, but the television event drew over 2 million viewers. After Bridget proved she could pull off a lead role with the Disney Corporation, in 2009, the Disney Channel would sign a development deal with Bridget Mendler to push her out as their latest Disney Channel icon. She was filling some huge shoes too. The names that came before her were on their way to becoming main fixtures in the Hollywood landscape, from Demi Lovato to Selena Gomez, all the way up to Miley Cyrus. Bridget Mendler would be cast on Wizards of Waverly Place as a vampire named Juliet Van Housen. She recurred in 11 episodes from 2009 until the series finale in 2012, and viewers instantly fell in love with her. She fit right into the Disney Channel's existing cast of characters. Bridget would even star in the ill-fated Disney series Jonas, which let me know if you want a full video about that because I literally talk about it in every single video. Everyone got their start on that show, but Bridget would play a love interest named Penny in an episode called The Wrong Song. Anyway, behind the scenes, Bridget Mendler was working her off. Disney didn't just want her to bubble under until she hit big. They immediately cast her as the lead role in Good Luck Charlie, simultaneously alongside the hit Disney Channel original movie Lemonade Mouth. That's right, it all filmed within a matter of months. Good Luck Charlie would debut the next year to 4.7 million viewers, and Teddy, played by Bridget, was a breakout star. Not because she was a pop star or living in a hotel, but because she was a regular American girl living with her family and vlogging their baby sister. Some may even call them the first family vloggers, but with all the baggage that carries, let's not put that on Bridget. Anyway, I could go on and on about how much I love Good Luck Charlie. Lee Allen Baker and Eric Allen Kramer's timing was next to none, and they were without a doubt the funniest Disney couple. The show is more like Modern Family, leaning into the family sitcom element versus the usual child star format. And this is one of the first shows where the main character wasn't just trying to get rich and famous. She was a normal girl. But don't worry, Bridget's music career would be immediately explored in Disney Channel's original movie Lemonade Mouth, where she starred alongside Haley Kiyoko and Adam Hicks. Now, this movie was massive, garnering 5.7 million viewers on its premiere night. Disney even announced the sequel, exciting fans that the band would be returning for a Lemonade Mouth 2, but the project was ultimately scrapped, as Disney Channel wasn't confident that the storyline was compelling enough. No matter all that, 2010 was a massive year for Bridget Mendler. It's the year Good Luck Charlie would become a cult classic Disney Channel favorite, all while Lemonade Mouth was premiering to millions. It was clear Bridget Mendler was here to dominate the Disney Channel. The next year in 2011, Bridget Mendler was seriously one of the only people left keeping the third and final era of the golden age of Disney Channel alive at all. She pulled 6.9 million views with Good Luck Charlie's Christmas special, and was definitely proving to be a sigh of relief and a breath of fresh air during a very troubling time for the Disney Channel, with shows like Ant Farm and Austin and Ally not clicking with wider audiences and focusing more on the children's demographic. Disney Channel was rapidly losing their older audience, but Good Luck Charlie was proving to be one of the final Disney Channel classics. Behind the scenes, Bridget encountered some of the same pressures that haunt many young women in entertainment, but she did something different. She wouldn't just give in to become more famous, she actually pushed back. She purposefully avoided the post-Disney temptation to, quote, go wild, or radically reinvent herself in an edgy or scandalous way, saying, quote, that was never the path I wanted to take, even if it has not been easy. She said, quote, you're almost told that if you compromise your sexuality, then you'll get to a place where you can choose the roles you want. And that just really hurts my heart. She just refused to see exploiting herself as a necessary stepping stone, choosing instead to seek roles that aligned with her actual values.
Both of the parents on Good Luck Charlie directed an episode.
Okay, cool.
And it was actually really cool to see Lee Allen direct. I'm not like a feminist, like super pro girl power or whatever, because I feel like if you get uber feminist, then you wind up being like
a bitch,
or you put too much pressure on it, like we're all people, let's just be people and acknowledge that we do have our differences.
This also trickled over to Bridget's music career, noting that there was pressure to make her lyrics super edgy or suggestive to fit a formula, saying, quote, for girls, there's that whole thing. You said you wanted to be in the industry, but that pisses me off.
Really also working on music too, where I have creative control, it makes me want more creative control in other areas of my work.
Very cool.
That must be amazing. Like, what is it like to be able to, not only be, let's say, behind the mic, but also, write the songs or, have a say in the production?
I mean, it's awesome. I guess I just say, like, I wouldn't have it any other way, you know, just because I feel like that's why I got into music in the first place, is to say my stories and say it my way. Like, it just honestly wouldn't be worth it to me if I wasn't doing it.
Some people, stereotypical Disney girl getting into music. Did you kind of have to second guess that a little bit?
I think I thought maybe it would be a little bit different than it has been, you know, but at the same time, I think that fan base is really good.
It's important.
And it takes time for other people to hear stuff. And honestly, I feel like if I'm doing the content that's true to me, then, then
it's
the people who
worlds.
Like it will be into it,
Absolutely.
Do
you worry that, you have to sort of cater to a younger audience, or do you get creative and whatever happens?
I mean, I think if I was worrying too much about what people thought, then I would just wind up being bitter, and feeling really, out of control of my life. But I think naturally I don't really want to go in a direction that's really far from, what a younger audience would be comfortable seeing. Just because I don't feel like I need to get all sexualized or toss out my curse words.
You're not going to be twerking anytime soon.
I don't get it. I don't get the twerking. You know what? I give props to the people who do it. They do it great. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it either.
I mean, yeah, it's a choice.
Ooh, so this was obviously 2012 because they're asking the veiled Miley Cyrus question. And honestly, Bridget Mendler pretty much passed with flying colors. She said, it's not for me, but much respect to the people who do it. But the hosts are like, oh, that's such a choice. And it's like clearly trying to set Bridget up for a negative comment on Miley so they can hopefully get a headline. But Bridget doesn't play into it at all. In 2012, Bridget Mendler would take the final leap of her career in entertainment and enter the Disney Channel music sphere. Her first and most successful album, Hello, My Name Is, would debut at number 30 on the Billboard 200 charts in the US. The album's first single, Ready or Not, achieved gold and platinum status, contributing to the album's overall sales. While it didn't achieve massive commercial success, it did solidify Bridget's presence in the music industry after her work with Disney, and definitely remains a cult classic for those who saw it on their TV screens. Bridget wasn't just an actress, she was now the artist of the hit song Ready or Not, and soon Hurricane. These singles created Bridget into a cult-followed pop star who still has 4.1 million monthly listeners on Spotify to this day. So what happened? Why isn't Bridget on Disney Channel or in the entertainment sphere at all? Well, in 2014, after specials with Jessie and Shake It Up, Good Luck Charlie would sadly come to an end, being one of the final shows from the golden age of Disney Channel to air on TV. In 2015, Disney Channel announced that Bridget Mendler had officially fulfilled her commitments with the Disney Channel and that the two were officially parting ways. The next year, Bridget Mendler would make an independent comeback to music, releasing her second album titled Nemesis. And Nemesis showcased a much more mature, soulful style. Peaking at 46 on Billboard's independent albums chart, it was an impressive achievement for an indie artist leaving the Disney Channel. Bridget poured her heart into this self-funded project, saying she found it creatively liberating. And to support Nemesis, she performed a string of intimate concerts on the Nemesis tour in late 2016 and early 2017, even performing at South by Southwest and getting quite a lot of press. Bridget would carry on into the acting space, playing a small role in The Muppets Most Wanted, and even starring in 2 episodes of the TV drama Nashville. From Undateable to Father of the Year, Bridget would continuously work in acting. However, in 2019, Bridget would officially shut that chapter of her life, ending her acting career with Mary Happy Whatever, portraying the character of Emmy for 8 episodes. Now, I want to backtrack a little bit because I don't know if you remember Shane Harper from Good Luck Charlie, also God's Not Dead. 2 years after the filming of the show, he would begin dating Bridget Mendler in real life.
What's the personal song?
Top of the World.
And what is it about? What did you write?
It's about falling in love, and so I think it's kind of an exciting thing to write about, is just that experience.
So it was like about you and Shane Harper?
Maybe.
Maybe?
The hottest person you ever met?
The hottest person I ever met? Shane Harper.
It's about a stormy relationship, but of course you're in a very happy one with your co-star, aren't you?
That's right. Yeah, things are good in real life.
He's not over here with you.
Right now?
I am dating.
You are. Are you not going to tell me though? Are you?
Can you tell by my coy tone
I can
that
totally
I'm
You're not going to tell me. Is he somebody that we've seen? Is he famous, or is he just like a regular dude?
I'll give you this much.
Okay.
You've seen him before.
I have.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. Now
I'll
is it?
keep them coming back for more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, is it Spencer on the show in real life? Is it? It is! Oh my gosh! That is so awesome! I'm so excited.
gosh.
Is it really?
Yes, but
Oh my gosh! Wait, now what is his name in real life? I always forget it.
his real name is Shane.
Shane. Now my son's name is Spencer, so I think it's
Oh,
the
really?
coolest thing that there's a Spencer on other TV shows.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the chemistry on screen, obviously good off screen. I'm very glad Teddy took him back after he cheated. I was very happy about that.
Yeah? Okay, because I wasn't sure how that would go over with people. And honestly, like, it wasn't one of those typical, like, you meet on a set and
Okay.
you wind up dating instantly. It took like 2 years.
Did it really?
Yeah.
But that's cool though, because you were friends first. You got
Exactly.
to know each other. You kind of know his quirks, you know. And
It's my celebrity crush. Well, it's just great because I can genuinely use that. It's not a cop out.
Great answer.
It's my answer.
How about Justin Bieber?
He's young.
Isn't he like 19?
I don't know.
He's young.
Look, I'm having a hard time with this. I have a boyfriend, okay?
Oh, got it.
This is very awkward.
Is there somebody that, if you had a choice out of everybody on the planet, you would like to do a song with, or perform with, or co-write a song with? Is there anyone that springs to mind?
Number one in the world?
Yeah, sure.
Shane Harper. And your celebrity crush? Shane Harper.
And lastly, I interviewed your boyfriend a few months back, and he was telling me about how you love The Bachelor.
We both do.
Guilty pleasure.
He can't just put it on me. He's like sometimes more excited than I am.
Blondes or brunettes?
Blondes.
And actually, my boyfriend and I watched, and he was very glad with your segment where John Mayer said that he watches the show as well. Because on top of being a fan of John Mayer, it's like that the dude can watch the show is very
the validation.
important. Yeah.
Because you do, I think everybody's
A band or a singer or a songwriter you would love to go on tour with?
Go on tour with. I would really like to go on tour with a friend, or I mean, Shane would be really cool to tour with as well.
So there isn't anything planned?
I mean, he might be doing some dates with me, actually.
Yeah?
Maybe. We're not completely sure, but I'm crossing my fingers.
Now, of course, you have been dating your co-star, Shane Harper, for a wee while now. What's it like dating someone that you work so closely with?
I mean, I think it's nice to work together with somebody. You get to know them pretty well. I mean, we didn't date for the first 2 years of working together, so we were kind of just friends at that point and getting to know each other, and I don't know. We kept it profesh.
I had no idea Teddy was actually dating Spencer. By late 2015, the pair had quietly parted ways. Bridget revealed in a November 2015 interview that her relationship with Shane had ended, though this news flew under the radar until fans picked up on it. While promoting Undateable, an interviewer jokingly asked if the show's title applied to Bridget's love life. Bridget replied saying, quote, "I'm single, so I guess that means I'm undateable," confirming the split. This breakup announcement surprised all the Good Luck Charlie fans, as the couple hadn't previously made any public statement about ending things. But they also weren't that public to begin with. They've been together for over 3 years, and as Bridget later noted, quote, "Everybody was very respectful. So I guess because everyone was so respectful, no further details were shared." However, this wouldn't stop Good Luck Charlie fans from speculating on why the pair broke up. And one unignorable detail was Shane Harper's next relationship, as he began dating one of Bridget Mendler's best friends and lifelong co-stars, Samantha Boscarino. Now, she had started her acting career with Bridget from the beginning, debuting alongside her in that straight-to-DVD movie, The Click. But she was also on Good Luck Charlie, where she would play the other woman in Spencer and Teddy's relationship.
Spencer, what's going on? Are you cheating on me?
I put my arm around my cousin.
Your what?
My cousin, Skylar.
Hi, you're Skylar, right? I didn't know you two were cousins. I thought you two were cousins. Spencer's my boyfriend. No, Spencer's my boyfriend.
So, you two have met, huh?
Yeah, turns out we're cousins. Yeah, don't forget dessert.
Hey, wait,
How could you?
Many Good Luck Charlie fans speculating that life imitated art and criticizing Shane for going directly after someone so close to Bridget. But this relationship stood the test of time, as Samantha Boscarino and Shane Harper would get married in 2025. Is this one of the big warning signs Bridget Mendler saw from the entertainment sphere? We may never know. But with the iffy timeline of the ending of Bridget and Shane's relationship and the beginning of Shane and Samantha's relationship, even if there was no infidelity, it's easy to say that is a hard situation to deal with. Watching your childhood friend link up and get married to one of your first loves. Not to mention the entire scenario had played out on your biggest TV show that you're known for. I might leave the entertainment industry too. So Bridget has this entire career. She's making the move to indie music and acting and leaving the Disney Channel. Well, amidst all this, Bridget was already planning her next pivot. In May 2017, Bridget Mendler was selected as one of MIT's Media Lab's Director Fellows, a prestigious program that invites innovators from diverse fields. This fellowship allowed her to spend time at MIT's Media Lab, sparking interest in technology research. Bridget later reflected that visiting the Media Lab while filming a movie in Massachusetts was a turning point. "I was struck by all these projects focused on technology and humanity. I started to feel my impact could be elsewhere." 2017 thus became a year of professional pivot for Bridget. As she wrapped up her music promotions and on-screen roles, she quietly and expertly laid the groundwork for an academic and tech-oriented second act. She would earn her bachelor's in anthropology in 2016 from USC, and in 2020, Bridget completed her master's in science in media arts and science, but that wasn't enough. In 2024, Bridget would get her JD from Harvard Law School. Bridget's pivot reached a new milestone in 2024 when she unveiled her official next act, entrepreneurship in the tech sector. That year, she announced she had co-founded Northwood Space, a startup aimed at innovating satellite communication infrastructure. And by 2025, Bridget Mendler, now in her early 30s, was the CEO of this multi-million-dollar space tech company. While it may seem like a giant leap for mankind from child actor to space entrepreneur, Bridget sees it as a continuation of her quest to solve, quote, unsexy real-world problems, saying, quote, I have always loved space, and I personally think building a ground network for satellites is pretty sexy and fun. She observed that most people focus on rockets and satellites, but, quote, don't think about the ground infrastructure, a critical problem Northwood Space is tackling. In interviews, Bridget emphasized that her diverse career has always been driven by curiosity and purpose, saying, quote, despite her many different jobs, Mendler said she was meant to do something different, beyond the entertainment status quo, end quote. In her own words, she realized, quote, exponential growth needs exponential tech, and wanting to contribute to meaningful progress, whether in online communities or in connectivity for space missions. Now, I can really appreciate that she doesn't speak ill of her old profession as a child actor, even though it definitely had to have had some awful moments. She still returned for the Good Luck Charlie Zoom reunion, and she doesn't act like she's better than anyone else. She's just so poised and accomplished. So does Bridget still talk to the media? Reminiscing about the Disney days has become very popular, but no, Bridget is stuck to Northwood, engaging in professional media opportunities with Bloomberg, and even inviting the Today Show into her company's headquarters.
When did you first start dreaming about space?
Once my eyes were kind of opened up to the ways in which space is so integrated into life on Earth, that's where it really connected for me.
This one's going to take some explanation here.
She and her husband, Griffin Cleverly, an aerospace engineer, gave us an exclusive tour of their facility in Southern California and their love story, or a sci-fi fantasy they've made into a reality, starting with this prototype antenna that they hobbled together with parts from Home Depot back in 2020.
This is the most romantic science project I've ever seen.
There you go.
Which they then used to transmit a photo of Lake Michigan from a satellite floating in space. Since then,
this is Frankie.
They've been beefing up their design to address a growing problem. As we launch more satellites into space, there's a shortage of ways to talk to them.
What is missing from Earth communicating with satellites?
I think of satellites kind of like remote control cars, and you need to have the controller on the ground to be able to steer it and tell it where to go. We're a little short on the controller part right now.
So we have more satellites than we've got the remote controls.
Yes.
Bridget says she thinks she can get her network of antennas up in the next 2 years. A lot of work happening so fast. And if your kids watched Wizards of Waverly Place or Good Luck Charlie, this might be a good story to send them, because clearly it is never too late to get into aerospace.
Really?
That is awesome.
Yeah. What a pivot. Story. What a pivot. Telling you. Thank you, Gotti.
What a rock star.
Yeah, sure.
Good for her. Thanks.
So Bridget Mendler has arguably one of the most impressive transitions from the Disney Channel, truly redefining what it means to be a Disney Channel alumni. The next few stars I'm talking about weren't so fortunate. So stay tuned and turn on the bell notifications because you won't want to miss these. Anyway, thank you all so much for 60,000 subscribers. I don't know if I've thanked you all yet. I can't believe this channel is growing so much. I love to see it. Sorry this video was a little shorter than my other ones. Y'all have been asking for my thoughts on Bridget Mendler, and I thought I would put it in one condensed space because all I hear are the space articles, and I don't see anyone trying to talk about, like, where did this happen? Like, when did she actually leave the Disney Channel? So I hope I was able to lay it out for some of you who didn't understand. And if you don't understand all that, well, all I have to say is good luck, Charlie.